This is a wake up call. Hello. Welcome to a new week. Today's Monday, and as is our custom, we talk to employees on Mondays. Today, in particular, we're focusing on career goals, right? So, in a recent interview I did for a gig contract, or contract gig, I don't know why I said gig contract. I was asked a question that, of course, I'd not been asked in a long time, because a lot of my interviews don't usually get to, especially when it comes to freelance writing, don't usually get to interviews of that manner. When it comes to coaching as well, it's usually more of people assessing the need they have for um, their team, their group, and things like that. So I've not been asked discussion in like the longest time. I think the last time I was asked discussion was probably in 2016 or 2017 when I worked with a tourism company. Um, so I was asked this question, right? And it was, what is your career objective? And like, this just happened, right? I remember that I launched into like this spiel where I'm like, oh yeah, these are the things I wanted to do. And it was only before I started recording this video I realized, oh, I could have put, I may have put a career objective in my resume that I didn't talk about. Was it in line? But turns out I didn't put any career objective in my resume. I only put a personal profile when applying for this particular contract gig. Um, One of the things that jumped out on me when I was trying to prep for this video is I remember when my dad passed, rest his soul, in 2020, and we're making preparations for his burial. So I don't know how this works in your region, where you're from, where you're watching this from. But we usually have like an obituary thing where you put, the story of this person into um, you put the life's journey of this person, a summary in the book for people who are visiting or mourning with you to just read through. And of course, like I said in my book Good Grief, death did not mean so much to me. It had different meanings, but it didn't mean so much to me until my dad passed. It was like extra personal, and it was just a different worldview that I got with that. But we're not talking about death today, right? We're talking about setting goals. Anyway, getting everybody to come together to just, for us to come up with a summary for TJ's, life's journey caused reflection. And of course, that had been going on a little bit before then and even more after then. At birthday celebrations, retirement parties, people are constantly trying to put a summary of their life's journey. And I realized that more than ever, our work journey is such a big part of our life's journey. That is it. So when you're setting a career objective, or when you have a career objective or you're setting a career goal, what you're doing is you're setting a life goal, you're setting a life plan. You're putting something critical and fundamental into your general life goal, and which is why I think it's very important for us to be intentional about where we want to go. So um, if you're like me who has a career objective, um, and you have something that you want to work towards, I think this time, you watching this video right now, is a good opportunity for you to sit down, reflect, and look at what's possible when it comes to your um, career goal or career objective. This is beyond what goes into your CV, your resume. It's so much more than that, right? It's being intentional about where your life is going and where you want your life to go to. So if you don't have one, or you have one and you'd like to review, these few steps or tips that I'm just going to share, I hope is helpful to you, right? So I think the first thing you want to do is put yourself in that place where you're at a retirement party, or your obituary, and you're trying to write um, your life story. You're trying to look back and look at what your career journey has been like. What do you want to be the highlights? Where are the places you want to work? What kinds of people do you want to work with? What kind of things do you want to achieve? How do you want to go about this? Right? Be intentional about looking at that. What kind of products would you create? Is your career only going to be that you're working for people? Is that something that you would, be fascinated and enjoy more than anything? Or would you like to own your own organization at some point? Would you like to be a consultant at some point? Is there something phenomenal about your career that you want to contribute to? Is there some research you want to make? Is there some expose you want to do? Is there some writing that you want to do? Is there a book you want to write that would help other people in your industry? What is it about your career that you want to stand out? What are those things that you want to stand out? If you're able to plan your career trajectory in this way, if you're able to look at what's important and what's great and what's awesome for you, what you look back on, be happy about and smile about, I think it will help you determine and define, the trainings you need to get, the qualifications you need to go for, the kind of learnings you need to submit yourself to, whether in um, stipulated institutions like universities and schools of business, or it could be that you have to just go be under somebody's mentorship. There's somebody who's done something phenomenal. There's just like so much that you can do when you have clarity as to where the direction that you want your career to go through, right? It's always about the skills that you need to garner. Do you need to do more with your emotional skills? Do you need to do more with your critical thinking skills? There's so much that you can delve down into. But most importantly, it helps you set shorter term goals. It helps you look at from that big picture of your career objective, what you want your career, your life to be about when it comes to work, because work is life. And I think it's why a lot of people, it's been recurring, if you do something you enjoy, you'd never have to work a day in your life, even though you're working every day, basically, because work is life, right? So having that career objective will just help you determine your shorter term goals. It lets you know what you're handling from an industry, certain people, if you're good with a certain income bracket, if you need to upskill. There are just so many things that it helps you determine. It helps you determine your next job, your next learning, your next experience, the places you like to volunteer at, the places you would want to volunteer at. It just helps you focus on, how you want to go about it. And again, also professional memberships that you'd like to join or belong to. So I started the video by talking about, question about my career objective, and maybe you're asking, maybe not, but my career objective really is to help people be more productive in their lives and in their work. I know that I want to build mobile apps and software in this regard. I know that I want to build products that help people eat better, because eating is a huge contribution to our productivity. I want to help people rest better. I know that products like that will help people rest and relax. I dream of building a business where people can go to and have good, clean fun. And I think this is why Creative African Tour was born, because it's like my MVP right now, while I build towards that organization that young Africans can just go have fun in Africa, with other Africans within Africa. Um, I want to build products. I want to, of course, scale up from having one-on-one coaching sessions to having group coaching sessions, which already exist. But I think I want to go beyond even coaching sessions. I want to scale up. I want to use my writing with books and developing of content, videos like this, podcasts and recordings. I have some in the works. I want to just use all of that to help people be more productive. You're listening to something by JOKA and your mind is calmer, you have clarity, you're gaining focus. That is like my career objective. That's like my big dream. So, scaling back down, I think that I look forward to the exciting opportunities that will come, because I'm working in that direction just to help other people be more productive. So yeah, I don't let me divulge too much information. I hope this has been helpful for you. I hope you found value with this. I hope you be well. I hope you do well. I hope you have a fantastic day and a fantastic week ahead. Have a great time to those.